side door, we started making our way, which would be northbound, down the side of the house.
Do you hear anything like that?
Not that I remember.
After you get to the side of the house, where do you go?
That's when we go into the backyard.
You said that you guys cleared, or I think you said y'all or you cleared both cars.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys talk about who's going to clear what or how you're going to do it?
Not that I remember. I don't remember a whole lot of communication from them.
Before you walk up to the house, do you guys discuss who's going to take lead or call the shots, if you will?
It was his beat, so it was his sheet.
Okay. Now you said that to me before. It was his beat, it's his sheet. What does that mean to us?
If you're responsible for that area, most officers take pride in their areas and they try to take the sheet on it, just so that people get to know their face, get to know their names, things like that.
So naturally, are you going to kind of take a back seat to what he's kind of telling you to do or directing you to do, or y'all going to do it together?
My primary mission at that point is to be an assist officer.
All right. And so who makes the decision, or do y'all discuss who's going to go into the backyard?
I don't think we did.
Who opens the gate?
I believe it was Officer Dean.
Now, I want to ask you, do you have some trouble with your memory?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us why?
I've had 2 TIAs, 2 transischemic attack strokes.
So as far as your memory is concerned, and just generally speaking, when have those occurred?
The first one occurred February of 2020, and then the second one the following March, so March of 2020.
So did you also give interviews to the major case department back in October of 2019, right after this happened?
The night of, yes, ma'am.
So if there's any questions that you're unable to remember, would that be the most accurate and the best from what happened that night?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, of course, we have the body camera footage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And so you're not quite sure who opened the gate, but do y'all go in the backyard?
Yes, ma'am.
When you go in the backyard, do you remember who went in first?
I believe it was Officer Dean.
Do y'all talk about who's going to go left, right, straight, what you're going to do?
No, you're trained in the academy, and it's just muscle memory at that point.
What do you train in the academy to do when you enter a backyard?
You do what they call, I don't know the exact terminology for it, but it's basically you perform an X, whoever's on this side goes in this way.
All right, Kaysia, we're coming towards the end of the show, so we always got to do this. And, of course, we have the luxury of quarterbacking, Monday morning quarterbacking here, of having been in the courtroom many times. Had it happen to me, so why not do it to them? How's the prosecutor doing? Is she laying out a good case here, step by step, methodical, logical, as she's building up to those videos?
Absolutely, and I think it's going to fall basically on training and experience and utilizing that training and experience in a split-second moment. So with all of the non-emergency number and the circumstances that led up to the ultimate fatal shot, I believe the prosecution is trying to show that, unfortunately, he acted before knowing what that silhouette was and whether or not it was truly a threat.
Kurt, I'm not going to ask you that question. I'm going to ask you the question talk to us about jury nullification and whether you think the defendant needs to take the witness stand. So what is jury nullification? What do you think the likelihood the cop takes the stand?
Well, I think to answer your first question, jury nullification is a jury making a decision that might be contrary to the law or evidence because they're considering things that the court's going to tell them not to. Like they're going to be like, geez, if I were in that position, maybe I would have done the same thing. He was trying to do his best. Even though we think they made their case, we're going to find him not guilty. Do I think he's going to take the stand? I mean, I never want my client to take the stand most of the time, but I think he might have to here. He's going to have to tell the jury what his state of mind was and why he acted the way he did. It's risky, right? Because then he's subject to cross-examination, but I think he will.
Yeah, and we've seen that before with one officer in particular I could think of where taking the stand was disastrous for him. Guys, thank you so much.